Good afternoon, everyone. This is Coach Matt with our Flex Friday workout. Let's get right to it. 3 minutes of cardio and then get 2 sets through some big arm circles. Just loosen up the shoulders, nice burpees, because burpees are always good. And then a handful of forward somersaults. If you can do those on the floor, that's great. If you want to do cartwheels, handstands, log rolls, anything to get you a little bit dizzy and then recover from it is valuable training for the vestibular system, which is good for all kinds of good stuff that happens in your brain, as well as waking up your coordination a little bit. When you finish with that, get a warm-up set of bench press and then start staking out a couple people to help you out with this. A little bit of a team workout on this one if you can. This is possible to do on your own. It is not a true partner workout. However, a small team of spotters and weight changers can really help to make this more effective, because what we're going to do is multiple drop sets on the bench press, right? Or sets with multiple drops on the bench press. And these just work so much better when you have spotters available to help you load, and also to make sure that you don't get stuck underneath the weight. So let's say if you're doing this by yourself, just use caution and try to go to fatigue, but know your limits also and don't get stuck underneath the bar. All right, so for the workout is going to be 3 sets through, and my intention with that is to leave enough time at the end so that you can do a meaningful amount of the extra credit, which yes, it's extra, but it's also highly recommended for after you finish this, okay? So we'll start with a somewhere around 30 rep bench press drop set. And we say around 30 reps in that I would like you to have 2 big drops. And then on the final set, I want you to go pretty close to failure. You don't have to go to where it needs to be pulled off of you. However, that is a really good result at the end of it, right? So think about an amount of weight that you can do for somewhere between 10 and 13 or 14 reps, and then a relatively large drop, a half of that you can drop. So if you start off at 135, then you should do your second set at say 85 or 75. That would be a great drop. So a significant takeoff on the weight, and then again another set to close to failure, and it will not be that many reps, even though it seems like a lot of weight that you're dropping, because you just came right from fatigue and you're going right back to that same exercise. It significantly reduces the amount of reps that you can do even when you have a pretty large drop in weight. And then on your third one, again, drop by half. So think about structuring your bar so that you're putting together those 3 different levels. And the absolute percentages that you're going off of do not need to be super scientific. What is more important, and what is the scientific part, is that you're going close to failure, right? So we don't want to do too many reps. I don't want you to set it up so you're getting 60 reps on it. I want you to stick close to 30-ish. Or reps, but if you get 37 or if you get 34, that's completely within the ballpark of what's going to be an effective drop set for that exercise, right? So you should be pretty tired, pretty fatigued. My arms are smoked, my triceps are smoked, shoulders, chest, everything is tired. So we're going to take away from that and go and do ab mat sit-up. So 25 reps of an ab mat sit-up, and then we're going to lay down and do this little accessory circuit. So dumbbell chest fly is next. So that is a chest exercise with 2 dumbbells reaching way apart. Elbows stay mostly straight. Dumbbells come down to the level of your chest and then squeeze back together at the top. When you finish that, then go to ring rows. So I got my rings set up and I'm doing my ring rows. Think just like reverse of a push-up. So I'm pulling instead of pushing, and my body is moving like a plank. So no motion from my heels all the way up to my shoulders. Next, we're going to get band tricep extensions and then some curls. So the tricep extension is our typical exercise. If you would like to do a dumbbell overhead tricep extension, that's fine, but this is the way that I like to do mine, is with a band extending down, elbows stay tight to the body. And again, if you wanted to do a kickback like so, you could do that, but you'd have to do it twice because you got to do both arms. If you wanted to do an overhead tricep extension like that, you could do that as well. And then finish with bicep curls. So that's either a dumbbell in each hand or a band that you're standing on top of. When you finish, rest to breath recovery. And then what I said, I have up there a coach's challenge of finish with at the very end. This is just one coach's challenge, not a coach's challenge every round. This is a coach's challenge after you finish all 3 rounds. Do 1 push-up drop set for max reps with 3 levels, okay? So that would be regular push-ups and then banded push-ups and then knee push-ups or something like that. But try to get 3 levels of push-ups and each of those sets to failure and no break in between. That's your coach's challenge for pressing. When you're done with that, there is some extra credit for shoulders and knees with some face pulls, some front foot elevated split squats, some reverse dumbbell flies, AT raise, dumbbell pullover. These are all like fantastic accessory exercises that will help out everything else that you're gonna do, from bench press to pull-ups to everything, right? So they are fantastic for shoulder, rotator cuff stability and strength, as well as pulling strength that's gonna help you on your gymnastic movements. So at least one set, give me one set of the extra credit, okay? That's it for Friday. Have a great one. I'll see you guys on Saturday.